Hello and welcome to Spotlight on a Cat Business Club member, a chance for you to find out more about the person behind the business. And after all, that's what the most important thing is. Today, I'm joined by Cat Wednesday member Caeredwen Gregson-Barnes from Magic Hands, Calm Minds. Welcome to the podcast, Caeredwen.
Thank you.
Hey, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this because we do have a bit of fun at the clubs, and I do love your sense of humour, so I can't wait to get into the meatier stuff. But shall we begin with the basics? So, in a nutshell, what is the nature of your business?
So I help people feel how they wish they felt, whether that's physically or emotionally. So I'm an emotional therapeutic counsellor. That's a person-centered counselling model, which aims to get to the root cause of whatever the emotional issue is. So it goes a step further than just learning how to cope with it. And it means you end up feeling better permanently. And I work with people with all sorts of issues: depression, anxiety, anger, low self-esteem. And I also provide hands-on Bowen therapy and Reiki for people who have physical issues as well.
Super fantastic. And I love that saying, helping you feel the way you wish you felt. As you know, that's one of my favorite sayings in the whole cat community. It's just brilliant.
Thank you.
And like I said to James last week, you also come with a big reputation within the cat community as well. So, okay. Caeredwen, what did you do before you started your current business?
So I was a civil servant for 30 years.
Wow.
I worked in procurement, then I did business change and then HR. But I got over all of that. So and then I left when I left the civil service. I then went into HR and private industry, and I was doing disciplinaries, sickness absence, grievances, that sort of thing. So and writing HR policies as well was a big chunk of my job.
Wow. Do you know what? Within the cat community, we've got all these skills that people have had in the past as well as what they do now. It's totally amazing. The next question is, what made you start your current business? Because obviously it's very, very different.
Yes, very different. So I was fed up with being a civil servant. It can be quite soul sucking work. I was offered voluntary redundancy, so I took it. I think the term jumped at it would be appropriate. And then I had to decide what to do next. And I didn't want to keep doing HR. I'd already been doing some life coaching, and counseling was like a natural progression from that. So I just went on there. The physical stuff was a bit of a diversion, really, while I was training to be a counselor.
Right.
But I ended up enjoying it so much that I've kept doing it. And I think I started my own business really because it felt like the only option. It's really difficult to get a job as a counsellor, and particularly as a Bowen therapist. Nobody even knows what they are. So it was really private clinic or nothing. And I like the fact that I've got the ability to work with my clients however I feel is appropriate, rather than having to follow a program or a process that somebody else has generated. You know, if people want to work with me for years, and quite often they do, they can. Whereas in an organization, you tend to be much more limited. So it suits me really well.
Yeah, well, we're all glad, especially at CAP, we're all glad you did, and I'm sure
Oh,
all
thank
your
you.
clients are too. I love this next question, Caeredwen. If you had a magic wand, what would you change about your business?
Oh God, my diary is the bane of my life. I offer so many different lengths of session and so many frequencies of session that it's really difficult for me to keep track of how much capacity I have to spare to get people in when they want to come. So if I had a magic wand, it would fix that. But probably slightly more achievable is just getting people to realize that coming to counseling is a good thing. It's not a weakness. It's not a admission of some sort of failure. And it is really affordable as well. So you don't have to come every week. And once a month is enough to make a difference. So it really is something that a lot of people could do, but think they can't.
Well, perhaps this podcast might help towards a magic wand because, yeah, it might just persuade a few
Hopefully.
people. Yeah, actually, do you know what? I really do need to go and see someone just like Caeredwen. Okay, so final one for this round. Do you have any useful tips or ideas that you could share with other small business owners?
Um, I think do your thing, not somebody else's thing. So I was given loads of advice when I was starting out, most of which I ignored because I don't take instruction well. And it's worked out okay. there are lots and lots of people who will be very experienced, or who will say they're very experienced, will tell you what you need to do, and you don't have to follow them just because they're more experienced than you. You know, if you believe in what you're selling, whether it's a product or whether it's yourself, there are enough people out there who will want it. And the people who don't want it, that's okay. You don't have to work with everybody. So do your thing. Don't follow what everybody else is doing or what everybody else is telling you.
That is great advice. I really like that. Being yourself. I mean, we all think we've got to be someone else when we're in business, and we just, you know, you just don't. Just be yourself. It's so important. Yeah, thank you for that. Really appreciate that one. Shall we get into some fun stuff?
Okay.
I've got a few quick fire questions. I don't know what quick fire really means, and we can do whatever we like. But what are your hobbies, Caeredwen?
So I have a little black horse called Spirit. So I spend a lot of time being soaking wet, freezing cold, and covered in mud. That's the main hobby. And then I get home smelling. So, so that's probably what I spend most of my time doing. Oh, and occasionally I sit on him as well.
Yeah, I know all about this. My wife used to have horses years ago for many years, and yeah, it's quite an expensive hobby as well. But
oh yes,
you know, I fully understand where you are. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have wanted for her to have to choose between me and the horse. That I know for sure.
It would have been bad for you.
Yeah, it would have ended up badly without a doubt. What's your favourite movie, Caeredwen?
I don't think I have just one. Probably The Lord of the Rings. I go back to over and over again. And Shrek 2 is one of my favourites as well.
Oh no, I've got to agree with you on that. I've always said my favourite film is Life of Brian.
Oh
But
God, yes.
actually, Lord of the Rings. I am a bit of a Tolkien geek as well. So yeah, brilliant. Favourite meal. What's your favourite meal?
Food. I'm a big fan of food. I never eat anything else. But pretty much anything involving chocolate.
Yeah, I think we could have the same answers down here for most things here. I'm trying not to eat too much chocolate at the moment.
Yeah,
but it's hard.
I've just eaten a lot of chocolate.
Yeah. Favorite holiday destination in the UK?
Well, we always go to Devon, but actually, I would say the North Cornish coast.
Yeah, again, really like that. We go down to Cornwall quite a bit. We went down last year, so yeah, very similar there. What about abroad? What's your favorite holiday destination?
We never go abroad. I liked Austria. I haven't been there for many years, but I really liked it there. Austria in southern Germany, but we haven't been abroad for I can't remember the last time. We never do.
No, we haven't been for a long time for various reasons, but yeah, Austria sounds nice. I haven't been there. My daughter's been there, but I haven't been there. Yeah. Where have we got to? Oh yes. What's your favorite TV program? And I had a bit of a surprise with James last week, so I'm looking forward to the answer to this one as well.
I'm probably not as surprising as that. I would say Doctor Who with David Tennant.
Right. Okay. Doctor Who. Yeah, that's a favorite of my sister's as well. James's was married at first sight or something. I don't know, one of these reality shows. I thought, really?
I've had lots of people tell me I should watch that as a study in psychology, but I haven't brought myself to do it yet.
There you go. Final question. And this one I always like to ask. As you know, I play in a band, but what's your favorite song?
I would say This Is Me from The Greatest Showman.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I get some surprising answers on this. I keep thinking everybody likes Bruce Springsteen like me, but no, they don't.
I do like Bruce Springsteen, but it's not my favorite. This Is Me is my ringtone actually on my phone.
Oh, fair play. Fair play. Well, I haven't got any Bruce Springsteen numbers. Mine is just the Samsung, whatever it does. Oh, Caeredwen, so we're going to wind up the podcast, but first things first, we do need to get some contact details for you. So we're going to put up your phone number and website onto the screen. Phone any time, any best time to phone?
So I'm more likely to answer on a Monday or a Friday because I'm probably not in clinic, but it's a bit hit and miss, to be honest. So the best thing, if you phone and I'm not available, just leave me a message and I will phone you back.
Yeah. Okay. And I take it on your website, all your other details will be available. And
yes, you can contact me through the website as well.
Brilliant. And a list of all your services on there as well.
Yes.
So a good idea to just pop across to there and take a look. Okay, well, thank you for watching today, and thank you for joining us, Caeredwen. I hope everybody's enjoyed that one, and you certainly know a little bit more about the lady behind the business. And we'll look forward to the next one, which will be next week. In the meantime, have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you all again.